Hello everyone, welcome back to Crowbeak's Gaming Gala, where today we are playing Solstice. Solstice is the newest visual novel from MoaCube, the creators of Cinders, except this one is a mystery that is told from the perspective of two different characters. It bounces back and forth, and we are now starting the beginning, well, we had her at the beginning of the prologue, but we're now starting on the first real bit of Yanni's perspective, right where she wakes up after passing out in the snow when she tried to make it to the city on foot. A simple bed, a desk, some wooden panels. If this was the afterlife, I'd be very disappointed. I guess this means I managed to reach the city. I thought I was a goner. Merciful chances this hurts. Frostbite? The next time the Chancellor asks me to reach destination, no matter the cost, I'll have a different answer for her. I'd like to see her move her tush through a frozen wasteland. If she were missing a piece or two by the end, it would be an improvement. She does not like her leader. But as long as I'm here, I should get to work. Oddly enough, this place doesn't look as if it's in dire need. But I guess if it did, it would be too late. Someone's coming. This is an opportunity to eavesdrop and see what's been happening. I need to know as much as possible. Though, eavesdropping isn't the best first impression for the person who probably saved my life. We are going to pretend to be asleep and eavesdrop, because I didn't try that last time. Need as much information as possible. Because remember, at the end of the last episode, in her journal, it said that she has secrets. If he has nothing to hide, no harm will come from my snooping around. And if he does have secrets, he's the one to blame. This is curious. The town seems peaceful. It's as if everything is fine apart from my plants. I need a different approach. You need a different approach too, my silent friend. I can tell you've defrosted and are almost back to full health. I was the one to heal you, you know. Still no reaction? I can hear you breathing faster than any sleeping person would. How about you stop pretending and say hello? You're vigilant for a doctor. You're lively for someone in a coma. Have you got a name, or should I address you as the Frozen One? I like that. She's the Frozen One from now on. My name is the Frozen One. How long was I out? Almost 2 weeks. Now that's no reason to look so sad. You're extremely lucky to be alive. Yes, thank you for that. It's not me you should be thanking, actually. Our caravan pilot spotted you in the snow almost a day's journey from the gates. Wearing masking colors was not one of your best ideas, although traversing a frozen desert on foot easily takes the cake. I was traveling with what was supposed to be the last caravan. About halfway there, the pilot concluded true winter came earlier than expected and decided to turn back. And you stayed behind during a raging blizzard. So what brings you here anyway? A well-paying job repairing the city, if such a need arises. What you do for the people here, I am supposed to do for this city. You traveled all this way to become a janitor? How curious. When you hide skeletons in your home's foundation, you knock on others' walls, they say. I think they're right. I wonder why there's a branch there. What are you implying? And who in the spirit's realm would ever say that? It's an old saying from my land, but I'm not implying anything, merely stating that I have nothing to hide. Just like you, right? I guess both your job and mine are important enough to include us in the city's winter skeleton crew. Oh, it's because she decided to eavesdrop. I decided to eavesdrop instead of talking to him directly. Don't touch that! Sorry, I'm really thirsty and this tea smells so nice. I thought, the herbs I healed you with can make your mouth a bit dry. Just drink plenty of water. And please, don't touch these vials, they're dangerous. In untrained hands, these herbs and their juices can do more harm than good. I'm beginning to suspect tempting fate is your hobby. And what would you think about a doctor who can't keep his quarters clear of deadly traps? You haven't told me much about yourself, so I have to go off of what I can observe. Right now, the only thing I'm certain of is the state of your frostbite. It's fine, by the way. I have to say I'm impressed. You seem to have recuperated completely. I'm happy to say my work here is done. And this is the first line that we saw in Galen's perspective of this conversation, so we're now in overlap. I'm glad to hear that, Doctor. I'm very eager to get back to normal life. You should check your head, though. An attempt to get to the city on foot is close to suicidal, even in the summer. Must have been very important. He is curious. She is interesting, and she almost died. And Slava comes. Sounds like an emergency, Doctor. I'd best leave you with your patient. The doctor seemed nice enough, if a bit restless. He stormed out after one of his patients asked him to look for her drunk husband or something, leaving me to myself. At first, I wanted to wait for him to come back, but as hours passed, I realized this wasn't the most productive way to spend my time. I was feeling surprisingly well, so I decided to stretch my legs and visit the fabled merchant district, especially since there was someone I needed to meet if I was to continue with my mission. Secrets and secrets and secrets and lies. The works of the old masters. The way this city functions is supposed to be a miracle. I really like the architecture here. It makes me happy. State-of-the-art systems built with knowledge now almost forgotten. I expected it to look differently, to be honest. More regal. Oh, good morning. If you say so. Can I help you? Are you lost? I am looking for the person in charge, the current head of the families. I've heard this year he stayed for the whole true winter. You heard wrong. Istvan is the one who stayed, but he resigned from his post already. Officially, he's just a retired old man with a bad attitude. Are you sure? They wouldn't leave the city without a designated overseer. Well, he's the only member of the families present, and it's not like he can't take his seat back. I guess that makes him the overseer. Walls have ears here, and they all report to Istvan. Sounds like the person I need to see. My, you have a lot of guards here. Why would anyone need so many when there's so few citizens left? Family members prefer situations where they have huge advantages over others. A large number of guards and only a few of us. That's how Istvan likes it. She is not happy. I don't know if you've been watching her, but Laura is not at all happy with things. She never gets happy. But her life kind of sucks, so, whatever. They've been trained to stand to do nothing. Unless, of course, you intend to do something stupid, like going into Istvan's quarters without permission. And where would I get such permission? From you, I presume? Oh no, I'm a nobody. I just answered the door. You'd need a family member to invite you up there. So, I need to speak to Istvan before I get to see Istvan. Is that what you're saying? I guess so. Get Istvan here now! This has been fun, but enough is enough. Either let me through or inform Istvan that I urgently need to speak to him. You don't understand. You are the one who doesn't understand. If you don't let me through, you will anger the very person you fear. Fine, fine. Wait here. I'll let him know you want to see him. I'll let you know you want to see him, in case you were unaware. Dear mathematicians, these walls are massive. The arches, patterns, masters of numerous schools collaborated on this singular city, and it shows. Dear mathematicians. Mathematicians are her gods. I like that. The best architects and technicians against the harsh nature of the North. And these elaborate keystones. Wait, they don't make sense. They don't match. This can't be right. Why break the flow and harmony? Interesting. I don't remember this happening the first time I played the game. And that's definitely significant. One would think the dead season would be, dead. You're the sick one, aren't you? Not anymore. Our good doctor got me back on my feet. I came to see you right away. You can't imagine how flattered I am. I just adore people who think my time is theirs to waste. But I didn't think. That's the problem with you young people. You don't think. Next time, leave your request, Laura, and wait for my formal reply. Understood? Now, when I first played, I picked the left option. I risked my life to help you. But, turns out, if you pick that, you still end up calling him a snowflea with a rash. Because it's a code phrase. That was quite brave of you. What if I felt offended and, say, threw you in prison? I'm not the one who chose the password, but it sure does have stopping power. And the countersign? You act as if you had a rash somewhere I can't see. Satisfied? Yordine and I had a blast when we decided on it. Along with a bottle of something old, I'm sure. Please, can we focus on the problem now? A bigger problem than people not respecting my time? This should be good. Speak up, child. We monitor the city's systems. Recently, we detected a disturbance, a malfunction of sorts in the first technical barrier of the city. You needn't bore me with the details. Is that all? Some small maintenance work? Is that all? This place was designed by faculty masters with knowledge and skill many would mistake for magic. It was strengthened by people of faith in their protective rituals. This place does not simply malfunction. It hasn't done so for centuries, and it never should. This is the first point in the story where we get an indication of how long the city's been around. So the fact that Yakone and her people still really remember all those old stories about this place as Kala and its sacredness, and how the place was built on top of their sacred place, says a lot for how long their memory goes. Also, she mentioned the members of this faculty collaborating with peoples of faith to make it. So this is kind of where you first get your in-story indication, if you're not listening to me talk, about the fact that the city was built by a combination of technology and magic. This particular one is simply too unlikely. Moreover, when the faculty sent a colleague to examine it, he vanished. You mean Sarn? He claimed he came for a regular checkup. He was investigating a possible sabotage. The more knowledge one has about the city system, the more probable their involvement. He wouldn't warn a suspect. Yet you are spilling your guts out to me. Are you a bad investigator, or have you excluded me from the list of possible saboteurs? All my possessions were lost in the blizzard. My tools, my money, and most of my maps and blueprints. If I'm to accomplish anything, I need your help. But let's set this straight. Do you still suspect me? I have to suspect you. I have to take everyone into consideration. That includes you, I'm afraid, until I see proof to the contrary. At least this time they've sent someone with sense. Not much of it, but still. I'm almost sorry to disappoint you, but I don't think there's anything wrong with the city. Your predecessor, Sarn, didn't find anything unusual. I saw him pack up and leave, as others will no doubt confirm. Are you sure? He was last seen here. No one so much as caught a glimpse of him in camp or town on the way back. Now I've heard another person went missing. Someone named Lev? She's got her own little notebook too. So cute. Where is he supposed to be during the dead season? Now, Lev is an entirely different case. He has a history of vanishing mysteriously. Again, ask around. 2 people missing and a perfect mechanism malfunctioning. A coincidence like this is possible, but not probable. At the very least, it would be unwise not to look into it. I'm sure you agree. Very well, kid. Go look for Lev if you think there might be some connection. You will get shelter and whatever tools we have available. I'll ask Laura to prepare a proper writ confirming you are acting on my behalf. Thank you. I have another request, though. Control chambers were well hidden, available only to the chosen few. I'll need a complete set of plans to access them if I'm to assess what's wrong. Laura will fetch them from the library vault. You can get them tomorrow. And please, do come straight up to my quarters when you arrive. Waiting at the gates will not help you gain respect. You'll need some if you want people to tell you anything. Now go away. Don't make me regret helping you. I would also like your permission to freely walk about the city, including within the family's quarter. Your guards seem to dislike me. You can come into my office and you can admire the courtyard all you like, but the rest is off limits to all but the families. The whole area is closed for the true winter. Nobody enters or leaves, and everything stays untouched for their returns. No exceptions. If there's anything else you cannot handle yourself, go bother Laura. Won't you even point me in the right direction with the investigation? It's possible that someone is trying to disrupt the city's system. Any idea where to look? If there really is something to investigate, which I doubt, you should draw your own unbiased conclusions. Right, but where should I start drawing these conclusions? Speak to Cassia, the captain of the guard, for facts about people. If you prefer gossip and secrets of the heart, the keeper of the baths would be your best source. Her name is Constance. Thank you. Both sound like a good start. Who should I visit first? We'll go with Constance this time. I suspect that since I went with Constance before, I probably went Cassia before. In my first playthrough, I mean. Chances and odds. I'd read that the city system makes the thermal springs flow through the walls of each building, but this... It's as if the architects wanted to flaunt their ability to defy nature. Every angle is purposefully designed to retain warmth and humidity. Ah, Yanni, I'm so glad to see you here. I am Constance, keeper of the baths. Allow me to welcome you on behalf of the city. Nice to meet you, Constance. How come you know who I am? With so few of us waiting for the true winter's end, even a minuscule change becomes a newsworthy event. 2 separate people told me the shocking news of our inn running short on southern beer today. Oh my god! Slava walks slower since Lev is gone, have you noticed? Such are the things we pay attention to. You can imagine the commotion caused by finding a mysterious stranger in the snow. I seem to be at a disadvantage here. Everyone knows about me, but I'm not sure I can name more than 3 people. After a few days, you will know more than you wished about each of those who stayed. Relax and enjoy yourself. That's what this place is for. The warmth relaxes me already. I can't appreciate this temperature enough, especially after the weather outside. I guess everyone needs a little warmth in their life. A bath can do wonders for mind and body alike. Body and mind alike. I guess it doesn't really matter which order, but you know. It's good. So it heals the mind too? Quite impressive for a tub of hot water. No one here would dare call it just water. It's what shields us from death in the snow. Most people say the city's getting colder, and that's why they come here. But I know that's just an excuse. What's the real reason, then? Have you ever pretended to be someone else? It's tiresome. When people undress and relax in the heat, for that short moment they can forget about appearances and be themselves. For the mind, that can be priceless. Ah, so this is a sort of a confessional. You give people acceptance, even absolution. Is that it? I'm but a bath keeper. It's the waters, the atmosphere that do that for people. Warmth relaxes muscles as well as rules of conduct. Just a week ago, a couple came and felt relaxed enough that gasps could be heard, even here. So people need an outlet, and they feel free to reveal their true nature to you. Who gets to know yours? I show my true face to the world all the time. I've seen what secrets can do to those who carry them. So you are the single truthful person in the city, and you always protect other people's privacy? That must be why Istvan pointed me to you for information. Darling, you should know better than to question intentions of those trusted deeply by your supervisor. It can be dangerous. I'm sorry, is that a threat, or just a friendly warning for a newcomer? Please don't take it personally. But where are my manners? You must still feel so cold and weak after what you've been through. Please, sit. I'll light up some incense. Istvan sent you here for information? I admit that's curious. Is there something you would like to know, or would you rather enjoy the baths? Let's take a bath. Why not? I did have some questions to ask, but you were quite convincing. Would you mind if I soaked for a while? That is what the bathhouse is for. I'll leave you to your thoughts and return in a while to check up on you. Thank you. Merciful chance is how I dreamed of this when I was surrounded by snow. This is a really pretty picture. I like it. It's got all those pipes there and stuff. How sweet the steam smells. How good it feels. What are you doing, Jan? Relaxing. Silly Jan. Have you done what I asked of you? I have. I'm just taking a short break. There aren't any mistakes in my assignment, are there? Incompetent Jan! Squandering time with a break. Are you proud of yourself? Your work is insufficient. Better to realize your flaws than to make a fool of yourself. Come look at this. Tell me what you could have done better. But I was just about to go see Anna. I already said I'd go. Everyone else stopped inviting me because I never come. Idiot! What would you learn there, Jan? You don't even know how to say no to people, do you? Silly child. Useless as usual. You'll have time for pleasure when you've earned your place. Now give me this toy. I'm sorry, I'll do better. But please don't take Mr. Putty. Mr. Putty? You're so childish for someone your age. Do the assignment again. I will. Will I get him back if I do well? I'm sure I'll do it properly this time. You're not getting your toy back for doing something anyone else could, silly child. Mathematics is a reward all on its own. Yanni, I think you were dreaming. Now that I've gotten through all that, I want to say that that's something I did not get on my first playthrough at all. I definitely didn't bring her to the baths in the first place, but I don't remember there being any mention whatsoever of Yanni and how she was of how Yanni was trained. Sounds like she was raised by the faculty and their mathematics driven stuff. You're fine. This place does give people visions sometimes. Not often, but it becomes more frequent over time. Some come here for that very reason, hoping to see the ones they've lost. Others believe these waters bring wisdom. Do you experience visions as well? I do, but they are something I don't want to think about. I like the music there. Please, can we talk about something other than dark secrets? You overcame death not so long ago. Your mind could use a moment of ease. Compared to others here, I'm great. Istvan is tense and aggressive, Laura's depressed, and just this morning Slava had a panic attack. True, winter does that to people. The wind howls threats and the constant shadow of the dome highlights our isolation. The atmosphere simply takes its toll. I don't know if you've ever considered working in Antarctica. I have. But being from Alaska, the things they're saying about the darkness and the winter taking their toll on people's mental state is true. Some people handle it just fine. I'm one of those. Other people have some serious problems dealing with the dark and the length of winter and the fact that it is pretty isolated. Even if you live in Anchorage, the weather is awful and sometimes going places doesn't work very well. So with Antarctica, which is perhaps the best actual analogy to the north here in this game, I know that for people who go to work in Antarctica from the United States, there is a higher rate of them picking Alaskans because Alaskans are already accustomed to dealing with not just the harsh weather and the cold, but also with the fact that you can go for a long time without seeing the sun, or if you see the sun every day, even if you see the sun every day, the day is very short, and there's still more darkness than light by quite a wide margin. So all this talk of the true winter is making me think of that, and I don't know why I didn't really think of it the first time I played the game. But maybe because of the different paths I took and the different ways the characters speak about it. Anyway, here we go. I only know what everyone does. They came here happy together. As Lev's fascination with Kala grew and finally got the better of him, Slava learnt how to survive. Actually, a doctor once thought these waters could heal Slava's husband. Lev had many sessions with oils, massages, and even inhaling the steam. To no avail. Quackery seems to be popular around these parts. I assume these waters can't really heal? I saw no change in Lev, sadly, but if you want to make sure, ask Sem. Lev visited him frequently, so... And she goes bloody nose again. Man, I wonder if this is related to her vision. She just needs to go lie down. Please, stay for as long as you like. I'm just gonna go bleed over here. Oh, man. Now, about these hot springs. Miraculous or not, they may be worth examining. I say that if the waters surrounding us can bring visions, then we, the surrounded, should know more. I should take a sample and analyze it the best I can. Or better yet, make use of Galen's equipment and expert knowledge. Then again, I'm not sure I can trust anyone in this city yet. Keeping my proceedings to myself might be a better way to go. Ugh, choices. By myself! Some investigator I would be, constantly asking for help and revealing things. Galen seems harmless, but I have yet to trust him. I'll find a vial and return here for a sample. For now, I should probably go see that Sem person Constance mentioned. Hey, Sem, and your dogs. Alright, that's going to be it for this episode. If you're enjoying the game, please consider going and purchasing it. It's a really good game. As we get farther into this, now that we've had our inciting incident of Lev going missing and have started talking to people, we're going to be finding out more about the city and its society, as it were, with the banks and the families on top and everyone else at the bottom, held down by their compacts and their different pasts, the things they have hidden, the reason that they all came to work here in the first place. It's really interesting stuff, and it's great. So thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying it, and have a good one.